5 months after running the country's foreign affairs, former Senator Alan Peter Cayetano has bid farewell to the department to seek a congressional seat in the upcoming elections. On his last day, the secretary recounted the unconventional reforms made to restore dignity in the service and how fellow Filipinos ought to be treated abroad. Joanna Cruz filed a story.
Outgoing Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano is expected to be back in Congress after over a year of service in the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs. In his last flag-raising ceremony as the country's top diplomat, he flaunted reforms that took place in DFA under his rule, particularly the improved situation of overseas Filipino workers, even comparing it to the anti-drug campaign of the administration. He argued that things that have become the norm aren't always what's right, and therefore should be addressed as such, like the illegal drug problem.
We can choose where we want to send Filipino workers. You treat us well, and they want to work there, we will support our Filipino workers. But you don't treat them well, we don't have to choose you.
There are around 2.3 million OFWs scattered all over the planet. Abusive employers are old news, but the Philippines has shown that it can stand for its citizens through the favorably protective policies for Filipino workers abroad, such as the deployment ban in Kuwait. In fact, talks between the Philippine government and other countries are ongoing to hopefully and legally extend the stay of OFWs terminated from their jobs.
But that's not only in the Gulf. Including some countries na very progressive na mayayaman, nakikiusap tayo sa kanila. Like in Singapore, no? Right now, 2 weeks to go home pag natanggal ka sa trabaho. So, may representation tayo sa kanila kung pwedeng 1 month at kung pwedeng sa 1 month na yon, kung nakahanap sila ng ibang trabaho, hindi na sila kailangang umuwi para hindi doble yung expense.
Cayetano further believes that domestic policy should be aligned with foreign policy.
Domestic policy should always be aligned and should always have synergy with foreign policy. Hindi pwede na pag dito sa Pilipinas, pinagpipilitan natin na tayo'y Pilipino at tayo'y may sariling identity. Tapos pagdating sa foreign relations, oh yes boss, kung ano sabihin nyo, sunod na lang kami. Yes, you're a more powerful country, so we will... Yes, you are our long-time friend and ally and you're our protector, so susunod na lang kami.
He vowed to keep his values and work ethics should he be elected in the Congress another time. Change is good and reform brings positivity. Those were the lawmaker turned cabinet secretary's assurances to his colleagues in the department as he turned over stewardship of the country's external affairs to United Nations Representative Teddy Boy Locsin Jr. Joanna Cruz for The Nation.